If you're running ads on Meta and you're wondering why your ad creatives are getting rejected every now and then watch this video till the end because I'm going to be sharing with you the reason why, and at the same time I will also share with you the one protocol that we use inside of our agency in order to tackle ad rejections. Okay, so a quick disclaimer, I am not a Meta ads expert, okay? So I'm just sharing with you the experience that I have got recently in working inside this particular project, handling different kind of ad rejections to see what's working and what's not working. Based on that, I created this protocol, right? So if that works out for you and resolves your issue of ad rejection, then it's amazing. However, if it doesn't, do consult a Meta ads expert. Okay, so having said that, let's dive inside of day 29 and 30 of the offers turnover challenge. If you have no idea what we are doing inside of this challenge, is that we are converting negative ROAS offers to positive ROAS offers, which basically means there are some offers that we have been running on Meta ads recently inside of this particular project, where we are actually losing money, right? So my role will be to come in and convert those losing money offers to making money offers, okay, so that we can actually take some money home. Okay, now today is day 29 and 30 combined because I've been occupied. Tomorrow I'm traveling, so I just did both days on the same day. And today we are also going to be talking about the results for the sixth week. And I cannot imagine it's already been 6 weeks since we are doing this particular challenge. And yeah, today is the results day, and I'm also going to be sharing with you what percentage of the offers are currently positive. But when we started this particular challenge, we were sitting at 5% of the offers being positive ROAS, but right now we are currently at some point, and then my goal will be to take this particular 5% number to 60% of all the offers that are active currently, to make them positive ROAS. Okay, so this is going to be an exciting journey, and without much ado, let's dive inside of day 29 and 30. Okay, so today we did four things. Now if you see, each one of these things are individual clients that we work on, right? So my goal is like every single day I work on something in order to improve the numbers of the conversions, right? So for example, TG, we just completed the ad management for TG on, so what are the next steps that we can take for that particular client? That's what we discussed today. And then for LC, we did a deep dive, which basically means that we have been running her ads currently, and I look at the stats for the week and then suggest what we can change in order to get better results, better conversions, better opt-ins, and so on and so forth, right? And then for the agency, we are going to be talking about a weekly overview. So we look at the stats and I discuss what's working, how it's going on, to see how many calls we are booking in, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then where we are going to be discussing about the ad rejection is going to be the first thing that we are going to discuss right now, and then we will go into TG, LC, and agency. Okay, so and after that we are going to be talking about the weekly offer stats, to see which offers are converting, or how many offers are positive, what are the ROAS numbers, and so on and so forth. Okay, so having said that, let's dive inside of the first one, ad rejection. So why do ads get rejected in the first place? You see, the ads typically get rejected for two major reasons. The first one are claims, and the second thing is sensitive niches. So if we have a sensitive niche that we are creating the ads on, so for example, health related niches are very sensitive and they are like very closely monitored by Meta, so because of which the ads get rejected. They have a higher chance of getting rejected inside of these niches, right? So like making money, health related, or any other financial advice like retirement, or let's say taxes, and so on and so forth, they have like very close monitoring from Meta, so that's why they get rejected. And then if you are making any kind of monetary or health claims, Meta tend to reject those ads as well. So you see, like, however, this is not common. In most cases, the ads get approved. If they do not get approved, then we follow the protocol. Okay, so do we need to panic when the ads get rejected? Absolutely not, because ad rejection does not mean that our ad account has been banned forever and we cannot run any ads. This just means that the creatives that were uploaded were rejected for either of the following reasons. The first one, like I mentioned, is the claims. Second is sensitive niche. Third is the ad account not being verified. This has come in recently. And then the fourth one could be a simple glitch, right? And we have a standard protocol we utilize for all the rejected ads for our clients, and we immediately implement it to get our ads relaunched as soon as possible. Okay, so here's the protocol that we use. Okay, so the step one is just check for any kind of monetary and health claims that we are making inside of those ad creative, as well as the ad copy. So the description, the primary text or the headlines, we just check for all of them, all of the text, just to see if we are making any kind of monetary claims. Okay, if we are making any kind of claims, we just remove that part from the video, or from the captions or the descriptions of the ad copy. Once we do that, we can relaunch the ads and see if the ads get approved. In most cases, this step alone resolves the problem, and we are able to go ahead and re-upload the ads by simply changing the format of the video. So for example, if the video is in MP4, then we are going to just convert it into MOV, and then we are going to upload it under a different name and a different format. So what it does is, like, it just tells Meta that it's a new creative rather than us just re-uploading what was uploaded before, right? So if the ads still get rejected, now step 1 and 2 alone can resolve most of the ad rejections. However, if the rejection still persists, what we can do is proceed to step 3, which is get the ad account verified immediately and relaunch the ad. So I also gave this particular guide video over here. This is not mine, but this is from the internet. You can definitely go on YouTube and search for how to verify ad account, and then you can just go ahead and do it, because this has come in recently. In order to get the ads approved, like, we need to have our ad account verified. And then the fourth step is, if the ads still get rejected, we will be changing the copy completely, of the which are basically the headline, description, the primary text, and the complete ad copy, right? So we would just tweak it, change it, and then once we have done that, we are going to make it clean and then relaunch the ads. Now we are going to again make sure that the creatives have also been changed in terms of the format and the name, so that when we upload them, it shows Meta that it's a new creative altogether. And then the final step, if the ads still don't get approved, we are going to just change the creatives at that point, because then Meta is not approving them. If we just change the format, even after changing the format, if it's still not approving, that basically means the creatives are not going to work. So we just change the creative, as simple as that. So just resolving all of these things, we are able to get most of our ads relaunched in, like, first 2 steps, but in some cases we go into step 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so I hope this particular thing was helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section if this was helpful. And then now let's jump inside of TG. Okay, so for TG, he is in a really interesting niche. Let's go to day 14. So TG is a fashion business launch coach who helps fashion brands launch online and actually have a 10,000, 50,000, or even $100,000 launches. And then he has a course which is priced at $297. So this particular course was initially priced at $997, and then we made a decision to change the price to $297 in, like, a couple of almost a month ago. So we made that decision, and when we relaunched the ads, it performed better. So right now, here are the stats. Okay, so the CTR link is 3.29%, the CPC is $2.5, and the CPM is $81. And then the total landing page views we got was 133. The opt-in rate is 14%, which is amazing. The opt-in rate is like 19. And then finally the purchases were four purchases we got from all the opt-ins. So the purchase rate is kind of low, but still we got 4 purchases, and we only spent like $335, and we made 1,000, like close to $1,200 from this. So this particular offer is performing really good. We just completed the ad management days for this particular client, so I just made a proposal for them to continue working with us. And what we're going to be doing is, this particular client has a potential of creating a premium value offer. So what I'm hoping is, once we start working together and we have a front end offer that is not only breaking even but actually making a profit, we can actually go ahead and create a premium value offer in the backend that will allow us to work with these individuals on a deeper level and actually charge $10,000, $15,000 for the programs, and we can make much greater exponential ROAS in the backend. So we are hoping to hear back from the client pretty soon, and hopefully this client continues so that we can get his offer to work really well and create amazing ROAS. And then let's go to LC. For LC, we had a deep dive today. So LC again is in a very interesting niche. LC is in muscle work supplement substitute niche, and she has a $297 course. Now before I jumped in, they were using a sales page funnel where there was a sales page for the $297 course, and then there was a confirmation page, right? But then after I came in, we did a VSL that did not work out for this particular client, and then I suggested let's just introduce a low ticket offer, front end offer, and then we can upsell the $297 course as a one click upsell in the backend. So that's what I suggested this particular client, and they agreed on it. So all of these offer creations, all of these things, that after all of these like an entire month, we were able to launch the offer. And then here are the stats for the offer, right? uh, so since the front end offer launch, here are the stats: 3.9% click-through rate, which is amazing. $2 cost per click, and then the ads are performing very well. We don't need to change anything on the ad side. Over here on the landing page views, we have 141 views. Opt-ins are only 10, so the opt-in rate is quite low, which is just like 7%. And we got like 4 purchases out of 10 opt-ins, so the purchase rate is like $47. Now mind you, it's only a $27 offer. However, we sell the $297 in the backend, right? So out of 4 purchases, we got one sale of the $297 offer, and we also got one order bump purchase. Order bump was a $7 wellness program that we were selling on top of the $27 thing, like as an order bump, a quick bump. And 1 out of 4 people went ahead and purchased the $7 order bump, right? And then for the upsell purchase, that one person also went ahead and purchased the course at $297. So in total, we made $412 with an ad spend of $365. So the ROAS is 1.13x. So it did work, and all we need to do right now is scale the ads, and I'm hopeful that this is going to work pretty well. And then in order to improve the opt-in numbers, since the industry average for the opt-ins is like 8 to 15%, and this particular client is sitting at 7, what we can do to improve the opt-in is just add a sticky section over here on the sales page. The sticky section is basically a section that remains constant through this code, right? So even if somebody is scrolling through the page, this particular section will stick at the bottom, so that whenever they are ready, they can click the button, go to the checkout section where they can actually go ahead and make the purchase. So here's the order bump copy change that I also suggested. So how it was structured before was that, as you can see, add 777 wellness prompts for only $7, a daily toolkit of reflection and self-care questions to help you stay consistent, mindful, and deeply connected to your wellness journey. Now the problem with this is that they do not know why this is important to go with the supplement clarity kit. So over here, the front end offer is a clarity kit where we show people what it is costing them to keep taking the wrong supplements, right? So we wanted to make some kind of connection between the both in order to go ahead and start getting better order bump purchase rates, right? So I just changed the copy to this one, and then the immediate next steps would be complete the above optimizations and continue running the ads. So next week we are going to see what results we are getting from this particular offer. Hopefully it gets consistent, stays consistent, because or even improve, so that we can start scaling this particular offer and later on introduce the PVO in the backend as well. Okay, so that's what we did for DLC. And then let's head on to the last one, which is the agency weekly overview. So agency is basically our agency where we are selling a done for you service, and we are running a call funnel for it. So every single week we go ahead and review the stats. So like you can see over here, in the last 14 days, like on the previous week, we had booked in 14 calls at 6.86% percent booking rate, right? We only booked 14 calls, but this week we had booked in a total of 25 calls. So the booking rate exponentially increased, and the cost per booked call was only $66. So the numbers are actually improving, so we don't need to change anything on the ad side or the funnel side for this particular offer, so we are all good. So that's what we did for day 29 and 30. And then now let's dive inside of the weekly offer stats. So drum roll, let's get inside of the stats to see how many offers we have that are negative and how many of them are positive. Okay, so as you can see, the total active offers we have got are 10 offers, and then the negative offers are 6 in total, right? So 60% is negative, was negative last week as well, and this week we have continued the same number, even though we added two offers this week to the positive ROAS table. The previous ads were like that we were running were really not converting. So as you can see, for NR it has a significant draw for her offer, right? And then for PF, the ads have been paused for a strategic pivot. SN is no longer working with us, so all the clients with their names in red basically means we are no longer working with them. And then the ones in the green means we have paused their ads in order to make some pivot. And then this particular client is not converting at all, so we are going to do a deep dive really soon. For SWSL, we are going to do a deep dive. We did a deep dive for SW recently, so we are going to start seeing better results for both of these clients very soon. So Z Patula is also at negative, like at 0, so we are going to start seeing better results after some time. For DY, this week he was at 0, last week he was positive, so we are going to see what happens. Like, I'm going to do a deep dive on Monday to see what we can improve. And then for positive ROAS offers, we have 4. We have also stayed consistent with this number, and we added one new offer this week, which is LC, and then it is sitting at 40%. Last week it was also 40%. So we have quietly maintained it. Okay, so I hope this entire series is helping you out in some way or the other. If it is, let me know in the comment section what was your best takeaway from this particular video. For me personally, it was the ad rejection thing, because I just sat down today to determine what we can actually do whenever we get client ad rejected, because we recently got like 2 to 3 ads that were rejected for a particular client. So I wanted to make this for the team and also share it with you. Okay, so I hope this entire video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section if you have been finding this entire challenge helpful. If you have, then if you have any other suggestions regarding the videos, also do let me know, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Till then, keep creating for a change.